there are, and keep in mind, their season has only been over for about a week and a half. 4 Illinois players, all of which who got minutes that are transferring. And this is kind of a year in, year out thing for Illinois ever since they've been under Brad Underwood, right? This has been happening a lot. Morez Johnson is the big one. I'm really going to miss Morez Johnson, especially like in the Maryland game. I really felt like he was the only one who played that game as hard as he could start to finish. I really liked what he brought to the table. Yeah, especially defensively. I mean, it's really important to have a player like that. Those players are just undervalued. He wasn't undervalued, but still, I think he brought more to the team even than what his stat line says. He entered the transfer portal. Illini Twitter did not like that. And he is going to Michigan, so we're going to see him at least once next year, if not twice. Morris Johnson to Michigan. Then Kerry Booth didn't play a whole lot, but he's going to Colorado State. And then Dre Gibbons Lawhorn entered the portal this morning. Actually, that news broke today. And Trey White entered the portal a couple days ago as well. So still waiting to see where those two end up. But that's rough, losing 4 guys, especially guys with that kind of impact like they had on the team, right? Especially Trey White, Morris Johnson were starters, and Dre Gibbons Lawhorn certainly got into the starting rotation at times. Hurts even more when you remember that Yakashonis and Will Riley are likely to declare for the NBA draft. That's not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure like the 2 great freshmen we had outside of Morris Johnson. So this team, it's just going to be an entirely different team. I mean, they're just getting completely gutted. And this is what has happened under Brad Underwood's teams for years. He runs players out of there. I know the transfer portal has been going crazy, right? You're always going to have guys transfer, but this many big impact players all transferring, and this soon. This is the 4th one today was Dre Gibbons Lawhorn. And it's been a week and a half since they lost to Kentucky. It really hasn't been that long. It's been about like 10, 11 days. It's crazy to have 4 guys at that kind of impact. Morris Johnson basically declared for the portal almost the next day. I mean, because he, excuse me, he and Kerry Booth are already committed. Like they've already been in the portal for a bit now. I think that's just what Underwood just has a track record of doing that. He's a screamer, and we know that he's a screamer in practice, right? We know about the treadmill and all of that. I love a good tough love coach, but I think there's a difference between tough love and just screaming your head off. Hey guys, if you know what I mean, screaming your head off at a bunch of 20-something-year-olds is not going to get you anywhere with them. I mean, who does that get you anywhere with anybody? When are you ever going to get a point across by just screaming at someone? There's a difference between being mad and just screaming all the time. Tough love is absolutely necessary, especially in today's basketball world, right? But I'm not like you guys remember Mark Smith. Like a lot of people felt like he was soft. Like honestly, I can't blame the guy. I wouldn't want to play in that kind of environment. And a lot of other players don't. Like it's not necessarily that they're soft. Mark Smith went and was a lot more successful at Mizzou. Illinois players have left consistently. And this is probably the most dramatic transfer portal leaves. That's definitely not proper phrasing, but you guys know what I mean, right? This is just it's a lot more impactful this year. Like this is pretty shocking. This is pretty rough, especially with our 2 freshman stars likely going to the NBA draft. This is just not a good look at all. And I think it's unfortunately become a pattern with Brad Underwood coached Illini teams. They are looking into some other guys in the portal though, because we got to field almost an entire new team. At least we're not Indiana. They have no one on their entire roster at Indiana. They're all gone or graduated. So we will take that. At least we're not the Hoosiers. But real quick, there are some players that Illini are looking into. There's Jalen Sellers of UCF. He has Illinois in his top 4. He's down to a top 4. He only played in 3 games last year due to injury, but the year before he had 15.9 points in the Big 12. That's certainly very good. Hoping we get that guard from UCF. There's Josh Dix of Iowa. He visited Champaign this week. He got 14.4 points for the Hawkeyes. He shoots 42.2% from 3, which is a lot better than the Illini shot from 3 last year. That was their big issue I always had with them, is that they were way up there in 3-point attempts and they were way down here in actual 3-point percentage. Like, it just blows my mind why they kept shooting threes. They are literally one of the worst teams in the country at shooting threes, and they had one of the highest rates of attempting 3-pointers. So I love to see a guy shooting 42% from 3, visiting Champaign. He also visited Kansas, Creighton, and Indiana, so we'll just have to kind of wait and see on him as well. All these guys will have to wait and see. Illinois hasn't really landed anyone big. There's also Price Sandfort, also from Iowa. He is a 6'7" forward this time. He got 8.8 points last year. He shot 40% from 3, also above Illinois' team average, so I'll take that. He also visited Nebraska. Also, a return to Iowa has not been completely ruled out. The reason Iowa's got so many transfers is because they're changing coaches. They got the Drake coach. I'm Brad McCollum, I think is his name. I don't know if that's correct at the moment, but they got the Drake coach there. Illinois also reached out to Malachi Smith of Dayton, who I can tell you firsthand with watching him play Loyola twice this year is pretty good. A lot of other teams reached out to him, though, so that one's a bit more of a reach. Jalen Sellers, Josh Dix, Price Sandfort, very possible, though, right? They're all down to, like, top 4, basically, in the line are part of those. So look out for those guys to be joining the Illini if that is what is to happen.